Sports leader. This is WGEM Sports.
It's been a week filled with signings as the fall sports season comes to a close. Earlier this week at Quincy Notre Dame, Ethan Rose was one of 4 student athletes that made their announcements official. Rose was injured last season for the Raiders, but signed his national letter of intent to continue his baseball career at William Woods. The standout pitcher is looking forward to competing at the next level, but sees William Woods as the perfect academic fit.
I thought it was a great fit for me. The coaches really impressed me. The coaching staff was really well. The business program is very nice, and it was a good fit for me.
At Pittsfield High School this afternoon, Vinny Olson also signed his national letter of intent to continue his running career. He'll be staying in the area, attending Quincy University, where he plans on studying aviation while running cross country and track. Vinny has improved vastly over 4 years with the Saukeys and is happy to be staying close to home.
Very exciting. I mean, I didn't expect to get a scholarship when I was in my freshman year, but then after 4 years of practice, I greatly improved and got offered it, and so I'm really excited because my sister also goes to Quincy University, so I'll be happy to go to school with her as well. And it's close to home, so I can see my family whenever I want.